Welcome to Mark and Son Craft Time. This is day 46 of quarantine. We've resulted in making our own knives. We have essentials here, ready to forge a knife. All else fails, we use our 3D printer and we just 3D print one of these bad boys. All right. Here we go. We got a bench grinder. All right. $35 Harbor Freight. We got one of these. Angle grinder, right? $18 Harbor Freight.
No, we've never done this before, right?
Yeah, it's our first time. We're thinking of making a forge, but we ended up just resulting in cutting it out of this and then grinding it down. All right.
All right.
Sounds good, right?
We'll see what happens later with all this stuff.
So, what we got is this big blade-looking thing. We're gonna draw our knife now.
Play around with this. Yeah.
All right, so we pretty much settled down on design. Let's take it out, Colin.
All right. This is gonna be how it's gonna be, I think. All right, guys. This is it. Safety first. You know what I'm talking about? Turn around. All right. Safety first. We're about to cut this out. Show the design, please.
Oh yes.
So this is the almost Bowie design that we've created with a false edge on top. Hopefully, we can grind it out to, what we like. We've created a straight edge, so we're gonna try to make it as straight as we can, and then hopefully taper it at the end of the handle, and we're gonna see how this goes. Guys! Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god! Right. Oh my god, I don't know if that's safe. It is not safe. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are we doing this? I mean, it's like sprinting this way. Fucking idiots.
We're burning the metal.
Alright. We cut the first part. As you can see, it's a little rough. We haven't done this a lot, so... But there's nothing we can't clean up, so don't worry. It's all gonna be good. Alright. So, we just completed the first rough cut of our first knife. So, as you'll see, the saw blade is no more. It is now a rough outline of what our knife is going to look like.
Now remember, you have earplugs, so you don't have to yell.
Oh, sorry. All right, so it went from, as you can see...
Or you can yell, it's okay.
Am I yelling? Alright, so as you can see, there's a rough outline of our Bowie knife. You can see this false edge right here. We're not very good at cutting, so as you can see, it turned more into a Tonto Japanese style blade. But we're going to see how this goes. We haven't cut the first index edge into it yet, so we'll do that as
we got to cut the end off.
And then, and then we also have to cut this off. We want to keep that on. Maybe it's a cool design.
Yeah, sawtooth edge.
Yeah? You like that? Yeah, see?
Fine tuning. All right, he's working on forming it into a blade. Let's see what you got, Colin.
We're getting there.
We're getting there, yeah. Look at that.
right, so we were pretty, cleaning it up a little bit, Sorry, I'm screaming again. Cleaning it up a little bit. It's a lot easier than we thought to grind it out. So because it's so easy, we're making a couple mistakes, and we're kind of grinding it a little too thin at the edges, and keeping it a little too stagnant on some of the areas. So some of it has indents that we don't want. So we're gonna have to grind those out. And creating that edge is kind of tough because kind of grinding it on one end, on one side, will push it a little too far the other side, and then vice versa. So we're trying to create that straight edge right all the way across. It's kind of tough. So we have this knife. We filed it. We've definitely got the shape out, right? All the bad edges are off. We've pretty much made it into a knife. So what we're going to do now, before we sharpen it, is what we're going to do is we're going to take this block of wood, kind of made a general outline, but it's not going to really help us too much. We're just going to have to take this, make it into a general block of wood around it, cut it in half, sandwich it together on both sides, and then
Utilizing this glue.
there's glue, these pins, which we're going to have to screw through. After it's all epoxy together, dried, we're going to have to file it down into a handle, and then hopefully put a little stain on it. So, all right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Remember to like and subscribe at the bottom.
We don't have a channel.
All right, in a couple weeks when we make a channel. All right, guys. So now we've decided we need to put some holes in this here knife. So if you can see the little indentation where we put a little hole, actually there's little dots where you're supposed to put the holes. We can't get the holes in. Can't do it. The drill bit's not strong enough.
Well, what are you going to do?
Guess we're gonna have to light it on fire.
That's what I'm talking about.
So right now we're making a forge, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little, fire pit here. Really, we're gonna take some of these papers, we're gonna line it, make it look all pretty. So what we got here, we made a little forge out of a couple papers and a hole.
But great for wind flow. This angled piece.
Good for wind flow. Enough, hopefully.
Got a blower here for added air.
Air blower too. It's on fire! Look at that thing! Oh my! That's hottest.
That thing. Pretty cool. Pretty cool if we don't say so ourselves.
Alright, news update. So, made a forge in the backyard, as you can see, and I guess it won't get hot enough. So we can't get the blade hot enough. Burn the crap out of it. The problem is that we've heated it about twice now, which is weakening the blade. And we're going to have to get it hot enough eventually to quench it. But instead of doing that, or drilling holes through the tang, which we can't do, we're just going to glue the crap out of it and put it in the sandwich for the handle and hope that it works, Hello, fellow watchers. We are now mixing the epoxy from these two tubes.
Equal parts.
Equal parts to put on these pieces of our handle. We'll just grind the whole thing down. It's okay.
This is our
It's
showpiece.
Still a knife. It's our first knife ever.
Right? Don't worry, it won't be as blocky as this. We're going to sand it down here later. Right now, it's resting.
All right, after blood and sweat and tears, hours and hours of aggravating, satisfying pain, we've made a finished product that we are sharpening now. This is our first knife of many. You can see that it's a very, very simple, very beginner, but we're very proud of it. We'll only make better knives to come.
Now we're sharpening it.
And now we're sharpening it.